Hey, how's everybody out there? Wow. I was told there's only going to be about 30, 40 people when I said I would do a speech. So, because normally I don't get up for anything under 1,000 people this early. So, can I hear it from the back, everybody? There we go. Well, listen, my name is Schlee, and this past February I was diagnosed with stage 4 pancreatic neuroendocrine tumor cancer, or PNET for short. That day, February 5th, 2013, was a milestone in my life. So much so that I even posted it as a milestone on Facebook, so you know it must be serious. But for such a monumental day in my life, I only remember bits and pieces about it, about the moment I was diagnosed. You have stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The moment the doctor said stage 4, I lost my breath. It was like a great punch in the stomach. My parents were in the room with me at the time as I lay in the hospital bed, and the words stage 4 kept ringing in my ears over and over and over. I looked back and forth at my parents, my mother on one side of the bed and my dad on the other side, just to see if they had heard exactly what I had heard. I could see some look and fear in their eyes as the doctor told us more, but the sound of those two words kept ringing in my ears, stage 4, stage 4, stage 4. Then I broke down. It was the first time I'd cried in quite a while, and it didn't last long because my brain just shut everything off and said breathe. And that's exactly what I did. And that next breath I took was the most refreshing breath I think I'd ever had in my life. Because I realized it's not over. It's far from over for me. Anyone who knows me well knows that I'm pretty stubborn. And that I wasn't about to let some rogue cells take over my body and beat me. I was ready to fight now. So how do I begin? And I'll be honest, I don't know much about what the pancreas even was, let alone what types of cancer the pancreas got. So I did a simple Google search for pancreatic cancer, and the first results that came up were the pancan.org, the Pancreatic Cancer Action Network. And it was there where I learned more about my disease. I learned that pancreatic cancer is one of the most deadly cancers in the world because there's no early detection, really. By the time you find out about it, usually it's at stage 4. But I also read about the survivors of pancreatic cancer, and that was relieving to me. I read about true warriors, the purple warriors out there, the ones you saw standing up here, the survivors. I also learned there's a lot more to do to raise awareness about pancreatic cancer, just like we're doing here today. I also joined a DFW pancreatic cancer support group and met lots of people that had gone through so much more than I had and still wore smiles every day. A lot of those people are still here. Where's my Purple Jays at? Team Purple J! There we go, I can see some hands all over the crowd, love it. And Denise, by the way, we want to thank you very much for spearheading the pancreatic support group here. Thank you. My team of specialists were a definite heaven sent as well. Dr. Schmerlin and her team from Texas Oncology, and Dr. Jay Haraja, who is here as well, and his team from Dallas Methodist worked hard to get me on the right medication, and through constant motivation, they've kept me as headstrong as ever. They put me on Creon, Protonix, and Sutin, a lot of the medications y'all probably heard of, and helped me get financial aid for them because I was a self-employed web designer with no insurance. Now, I know it sounds a little cliche or maybe just a little bit odd, but cancer, pancreatic cancer, was the best thing that ever happened to me. Because you look at the world differently when you've been diagnosed with cancer of any type. You forgive a lot of people. You ask forgiveness for a lot of people. You hold your loved ones longer. For me, it's been a blessing. All those bucket list items that I wanted to do all my life, I finally decided it's time to do them. Since being diagnosed in February, I've been closer with my family than I ever have before. I went rock climbing for the first time, barefooted by the way. I went on a vacation to Cancun which was the first vacation I'd been on in 15 years. I went on a missionary trip to Hawkins Village, Belize, just got back a month ago. Incredible experience. I flew a helicopter. Not just rode in a helicopter, I flew the helicopter. I went on a date with Schlee Keenan, the first girl I ever had a crush on when I was a kid. I started an annual music festival to raise awareness and money for cancer research called Scotapalooza. And of course I have to name it after myself because I'm kind of an arrogant guy. I got to be an uncle once again just 2 weeks ago to twin boys, so I want to thank my sister Christy for that. I realized with cancer, any cancer, it's a numbers game. Sizes, levels, stages, cost, cancers is a numbers game. Like 4, the stage I was diagnosed with. 71. The average age people are normally diagnosed with pancreatic cancer, and I was only 37. 148. What I weighed when I got out of the hospital in February. 172. What I weigh today, after nearly a year of having pancreatic cancer. 2,600. The tumor markers I had at time of diagnosis. 440. The same tumor markers after just 2 cycles of Sutent. $250 million. The amount cancer research funding has been cut by our government due to recent budget cuts so far, with more on the way. See, it's all numbers, people. Now I look out at the number of people that showed up here today, and I imagine if just a fraction of y'all would call in or write your representative and remind them who you are and who we are, and tell them to spend more money, put more money into research for all types of cancer, and let's find a cure for this. To my doctors, Dr. Schmerlin and Jay Haraja, and to their courageous teams, and to all the doctors and their teams that help fight cancer and help us every day, help us find a cure for pancreatic cancer, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. But I really, really look forward to a day where we have to put y'all into another portion of the hospital because y'all are no longer needed to fight pancreatic cancer. To my fellow warriors out there and to their support teams that I'm seeing, thousands of y'all here today, I say keep your heads up high. Remember those that we have lost along the way, but keep fighting. The battle still rages, and we won't stop until pancreatic cancer is just a distant memory. So everybody, those 3 sentences again: know it, fight it, end it. Know it, fight it, end it. Thank you very much.